Greetings, lovelies. Today I would like to do deck, uh, a deck comparison. These two are the only two Voodoo Tarot decks that I have come across in my tarot, uh, in my tarot journey throughout the years. This is the New Orleans Tarot uh, Voodoo Tarot, and this one is the regular Voodoo Tarot. This one came out in November of 2024, and the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot I've had many copies of because I just keep giving it away, but it actually came out in 1992. I would have gotten it around the early 2000s for the first time. uh, because I was a teenager then, and I know I got it when I was a teenager. So let's compare. Oh, this way. So we've got the World Egg for the Fool, and then we've got Bondai for the Fool. Both represent the Fool very well, as it's a new journey type situation. Um, with the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, it's actually it was designed by a voodoo priestess or mambo of New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, while the Voodoo Tarot was made by someone who was just interested in it. And in his book, which I don't have any longer, that came with the deck, he compares different things like Santeria and so on and so forth. So you can see kind of the different way that they were put together, how they are different and similar in the same ways. So we've got Dr. John as the magician, which is a great representation of New Orleans voodoo. We have Simbi, also a really good. This is going to be more of a Haitian voodoo comparatively to this one being more of a New Orleans voodoo. So it's going to have different uh, people, but a lot of them are going to uh, come across in different ways. And I think that's beautiful. So we've got the high priestess, we got Marie Laveau, and Marie Laveau. So that's how they did that. And I think that's beautiful how they both, when they saw the high priestess, they saw Marie Laveau and then was like, that's the one. And I thought that was great. We got Eizan for the Empress. We've got Mami Wata for the Empress. Loco for the Emperor. And then we've got Agwe. So Hierophant, and then the Master of the Head. We've got the Lovers, and then we've got the Marasa, which are the twins, and Marasa here also as the twins. We've got the Chariot, and this one is called the Dance because, as you can see, the spirits are taking over and riding the horse, which is what the person in the ritual is called. And here we've got Ogun riding a hyena. So it's just different interpretations. I love it. Justice and Possession. Oh, that was Hierophant? Sorry, Hierophant. And let's see. I want to go back to Hierophant. Where are we? How did we get to Erzuli? Danto? Let's see. Hierophant was number 5. Okay, Master of the Head. Okay, so the priest and the Master of the Head. Cool. And then Erzuli Danto and Possession. We have the Hermit and then Koshe. So this is a ritual for initiation where you are separated from the world. So that makes sense where the Hermit. We've got the Market and the Wheel of Fortune. Secret Societies and Strength. Zombie and the Hanged Man. All right. I did pause it. Hopefully this is where I finished because I had to go back. But we have Le Mort and Papagede for the dead or death card. Papa Loco and Tipo Nenage for the temperance cards. Courrier de Mardi Gras and the devil or Kolfu for the devil. The Potomatin and the Loge for the tower. We have Zetoile, the star, and the star symbol. Silimbo. I'm probably getting some of these names wrong. That's how I pronounce them. Magic Mirror for the moon. And then we have Mawu for the moon. We've got Ro Bonanage and Lisa for the sun. The Ancestors and Baron Samedi for judgment. Carnival and Dambalawedo Aida for the world. And in this deck, the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, there's a wild card of Les Barons. Then another difference between these decks are these in the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Each of the suits are representative of a part of voodoo. So we've got the Rara, we've got Congo, Petro, and we've got Santeria. These it's just earth, air, fire, water in this deck. So for the air or Rara, we've got Ace of Swords. And then in this deck, I like that they continue putting the Loa and the Saints and such in the cards. So this one, the Ace of Air is Dambalawero. And then 2, we've got Nanambuluko. 3 is here. And then we have Gede. 4, we have Agwe again. 5, we have Ogun Fariel, I think. Here we have the Rada version of Legba. We've got Erzuli Freda Dome, Simbi, Masa, Azaka, and then we've got the doll is basically the page in most decks, and then we got Honosis, which is the first version of initiation. So that's going to be the page also. La Place and the horse are the knights. Mumbo and Mumbo. Ogan and Hogan. Then we have Earth, and this deck is going to be the Santeria suit. And we have Olodumare, and Ace, Olofi, Oya, Obatala, Ogan, Elegua in his child form, Oshun, Chango, Yamanya, Oshosi, and then we've got Doll again, and then Yagua. I think I said that wrong. Orate for the horse and the knight. Centera for the Mambo. Centero for the Ogan. And now we are at the water element. So we have Ayeda Wero from the Congo. Gran Ibo. Momo Brigitte. Nabaline. Ogan. You know, I don't know how to say this one at all. But he's a doctor in it, so that's cool. Shilibo Nouveau Dan-I. Le Sirene. Simbi de l'eau. Madame la Lune. Grandbois. Rhinoceros and Doll. La Place and Horse. Mumbo and Mumbo. Ogan and Hogan. And then we have the Pedro or fire suit. We've got Dambala le Flambeau. Nanambluko le Flambeau. Gede le Flambeau. Agwe le Flambeau. Ogan le Flambeau. Legba le Flambeau. Erzuli le Flambeau. Simbi le Flambeau. Massa le Flambeau. Azaka le Flambeau. Renosis and Doll. La Place and Horse. Mumbo and Mambo. And Petro, Ogan and Ogan. This was my first ever voodoo deck, and this helped me learn more about the Loa and the deities of the the spirits of Santeria. And this is, I hold this very deep to me, or close to me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to rebuy this one years ago in 2024 because, like I said, it's such a good deck that I have just given it away to people multiple times. This is like the third or fourth time I bought this. but it's a really good learning deck, and especially if you are involved with voodoo in any type of way. I do have ancestors that are from Louisiana and New Orleans, and I have ancestors that dealt with hoodoo and voodoo, and so I use this a lot as the voodoo decks and whatnot as ancestral reading decks for myself and things of that sort. And so I hold this very dear to myself. But in 2024, I wasn't sure if I wanted to just rebuy this deck again. And then I saw this deck existed, so I went and I got this one to see if I liked it. And I do. At first, I didn't really like the art style because this feels more organic to me. This feels like, as you can see, like the water, not to be judgmental, but like the water and stuff is like way too blue. It looks just like straight paint instead of being like natural. But it has definitely grown on me, and I'm happy now that I have both of them. And I will be doing deck uh a going back to my roots review of this deck in February. And that's what we have to look forward to. All right. Y'all have a beautiful day, my lovelies. Bye.